Hey, it's Heather at Adventures in Gardening, and today we're going to be harvesting the onions that are right over here and replacing them with some zucchini seedlings that I have. Now during the season I will have up and coming zucchini seedlings and yellow squash seedlings and cucumber seedlings up and coming. And some of them never make it to the garden, but the reason that I do that is because of the squash vine borer. A few weeks ago I did a video about all of the bad bugs and the good bugs that are here in my garden, or at least most of them. And that video didn't get a lot of traction, and at the very end was something really important that I wanted you to see, because when you are an organic gardener, you need to know your enemy. You need to know the life cycle of your enemy. You need to know all of the things, the signs to look for when you have a plant being under attack by them. And at the very end of that video was me going and basically dissecting a plant and showing you the signs of the squash vine borer. So I am actually going to, while I'm harvesting these onions, I'm going to actually insert that, that portion and show you the damage a squash vine borer can do. And it is a little gruesome, me digging them out and showing you what they look like, because that's an important thing. It's also important to know what the moth looks like, the squash vine borer moth. Because it is out during the day, it kind of looks like a butterfly a little bit, so it's important to know thy enemy. Now the zucchini seedlings that I am planting are a little stressed. They should have actually been planted about 2 weeks ago, but we've been waiting for these onions to finish up for the space. I did plant some of them, and they are so much farther advanced than these are. If these don't perk up in a few days, I have yet even another batch of zucchini that I will replace them with, because this is my last effort in zucchini for the season. The squash vine borer should not be a problem for me at this point. If you live in the south, you probably still are going to be dealing with the squash vine borer for a few more weeks. Our nights are getting cooler here, and you can just tell fall is on its way for sure. So I don't think we're going to have problems with the squash vine borer right now. So go ahead and watch this about the squash vine borer, and we'll meet back here and I'll show you my onion harvest. Let's talk about the squash vine borer. Oh, I just cannot stand those things. The squash vine borer is stealthy, okay? He's a moth. Comes out during the day. I've tried to hit him with one of those rackets when I see them, you know, the ones that are electric, like the tennis rackets, yeah. When your squash and zucchini are dead, all of a sudden, and I'm going to show you, I have actually an example in the garden and I'm going to show you, but I cut them open and I make sure I get every single larvae out. If my zucchini is dead or whatever, I will take a knife to the stem and pull out the little critters, and I will feed them to the chickens. Overnight, but you can stop the life cycle by I shouldn't say stop. You can affect the life cycle by pulling them out of the zucchini and stopping them from going to the next phase of life, which is to lay more eggs in your next zucchini. I always have up and coming zucchini and squash, and I do have some coming up, and I usually am able to keep it under control. All right, and that's the goal, to keep it under control. And so there is the zucchini that we're going to cut open in just a little bit. These two I grew specifically for seed. I got a lot of zucchinis off of both of them, and I still have some in the refrigerator inside that'll get us through probably another couple of weeks. But yeah, so I have a large zucchini that is for seed. I think there's 2 of them in here. This is my bowl that I will pick. I'll pick the beetles and I'll chuck them in there really quick, and I just leave that there, and I'll empty it out a couple times during the season. But hand picking is not glamorous, but you know, that's okay. Everyone's got to have a hobby. All right, so I have all my tools here before I start, because I'm going to do a super good job of cleaning all this up, all of the leaves, all of the debris. I've got my scissors, tweezers, and a knife, and a wheelbarrow to carry everything away, and hopefully the chickens will get anything that I don't smush as we go about this. I'm going to remove even the plant that is for seed, even though it still looks like that. It really doesn't have a chance, because I will get down in here. And this is a mess. I'm being real with you right now. This is ash that I put on a little bit too late. Sometimes I will use aluminum foil to deter the squash vine borer. I did not do that, and life was busy. I put that on after, but you can see the frass, or whatever you want to call it, you know, from the squash vine borer there, or the hole. And so we're gonna look at that. There's definitely Mexican bean beetle larvae in here. Yeah, we have a lot going on, and I know that there are squash bugs as well. So hopefully I'll see them. If not, I'll just do a really good job cleaning up. So I think I'm gonna shoot over my shoulder so I can show you. We're gonna look for the squash vine borer worm. I'm just gonna get rid of a lot of these horseradish leaves so that we can see. Now, the horseradish is a great trap crop, and I did not discuss that at all. There are always going to be crops that I will sacrifice to something to keep them in one area and out of others. And we got snails and slugs love horseradish. I also love horseradish. Oh, the snails you can throw in that bowl. I'm gonna chuck them. All right, see how easily that just ripped out of the ground like that? Oh yeah, okay. So even though there's green leaves on the front of it, it doesn't have a chance. I should not have let it get this far, but I knew I wanted to show you guys. All right, let me open this part up. Oh, okay. Can you see? Can you see him? Where's my tweezers? Oh, gross thing. Oh. Can you see him? There are multiples. So you're not going to find them in the part that's already rotted. You're going to find them in the living green tissues because they just move through the plant. They're moving towards the green ones. So yeah, I'm gonna throw them in the water today. Usually I will feed them to the chicken because these are apparently tasty. And I actually will not just let my chickens try to, oh, that's part of one. I guess I cut him in half. I won't let the chickens just take care of this for me. I will make sure that I get them out because I don't want them to finish their life cycle. Oh, hello. Yes, I got you. Okay. Yep. So I will dig the rest of these out. Blech. All different size. Okay. So yeah, we're not just big giant ones. I'm just gonna smush those. If you're squeamish, I would like to say that I apologize, but the glamorous life of the organic gardener. And before we move on, I just want to show you the eggs on here, Mexican bean beetle eggs. They are soft. That's how you know it's them. Oh, and there's actually a lot that have been hatched here, so. This is the second zucchini. These are for seed. I will bring them someplace safe because we're probably looking at a couple of years of seed for plants that I sell of these. I see some Mexican bean beetle larvae trying to get away. You can run, but you cannot hide. Well, I mean, you probably can hide, but not today. And I know there's always guilt when you're pulling up a plant that still has potential. Squash bug. But this needs to be done because we're going to be planting new. So let's see how easily this comes up. Yeah, this one was still hanging on a little bit. Scalpel. Ugh, you're so gross. Why you gotta be so gross? Yeah, this one's like, hello, is it morning? Yes, it's morning. Ugh, gross, you're gross, you're gross. And there's a big giant one. Oh, gross. Oh, you need to go in the bucket. Yeah. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. Do you see them? Can you see them? Oh, ugh, gross. So honey, what'd you do today? Oh, nothing. I did nothing today. Save the world. That's what I did today. Save the world. So I hope that that was informative for you. I would say in my garden, 90% of the time, if I'm losing a zucchini or a yellow crookneck or any kind of a melon, it is the squash vine borer. But there are other things that can happen as well. So that's why it's good to know the signs and to look for those little like where they're throwing stuff out of the vine, the little holes where the sawdust looking stuff is. I ended up with about 75 good size onions. I think they're mostly good size onions. I wanted 175, but it just didn't work out this year. Every year's different. Next year we'll just we'll do better. My zucchini are planted, and again, if they don't perk up in a few days, then I'm going to pull them and I'm going to put the new fresh ones in. And this is my last effort for zucchini for the year. I have zucchini rampicante though, that is up and coming, and hopefully we'll see that in a future video. So thumbs up if you enjoyed spending time with me today, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon.